And look at this. Look at the damage. Oh my god, 249. Oh! Hi everyone, Indez here. What if I told you that there was a way to go inside Wild Brawl and solo carry pretty much every match that you are in? If you're not aware, Wild Brawl, it is the Battle Royale mode. It is a very fun mode to play with. You can play as solo or in a party, and it's one of the few modes in the game that things are pretty balanced. Or are they? Because the build that I'm gonna show you today, it doesn't make it seem balanced at all. It is super fun to play with. You have a lot of mobility, you have a lot of damage, and above all, you don't have to rely on anyone but yourself to win the games. So I try to take the challenge on myself and go and climb to the top of the leaderboard, which doesn't mean a lot, okay? But I got 10 wins. I made like, what, 17 matches? I lost 17, but I'm gonna be honest, the last 4 or 5, I wasn't even trying because, hear me out, you have a quest here that it's called Revive All Allies. Please disable this quest. Just remove it. It's so freaking annoying. And on top of that, you have to claim the gems. That's the only reason why I did this quest. Otherwise, I would not have done it because after like 11 or 12 matches, I was done with all the quests that I had here. And yet, I still had to make like 5-6 games where I was losing on purpose. So I could let my teammates die, you know, like the newbies that you're gonna have on your team, so then I could go sneakily and revive them. So there is also a really easy way to do this. If you do it as a party, you and your friend go near the fog, he goes into the fog, he dies, you go and revive him, then you can switch spots and do this a couple of times, and you can do this very easily with a friend. But I don't have friends, I'm a loser, so I had to do it in the cheesy way. But we are here to speak about the build, and oh my god, this build not only is pretty much the same that I completely owned in Conqueror mode. You guys can check this video for the future reference, but it is so freaking good. Obviously, we are using Sparta's HotA build with a few changes for this mod because we only have 6 slots in it, and I'm gonna explain in detail what you guys have to do. So first, let's start, of course, with the skills. This mode, you're gonna have to go around the map, collect a lot of chests, and you're gonna have to chase a lot of enemies. Not only that, you're gonna have to run away from like enemies and play a bit more safe. So sprint is 100% a must-have on this. Then we have Sparta's. Man, I don't know how many videos I have to do about Sparta's and how OP it is, but yeah, it is pretty powerful. You're gonna use Sparta's, you're gonna pull them in, you're gonna dispel, you're gonna stun, then you just hammer them until they die. It is pretty awesome. Then we have the hammer, of course, the main damage skill that we are using, and Undying, because you are required to have Undying in pretty much every PvP mode for Barbarian. For the primary, we are using last rate, but as you know, when you're playing HotA, use more HotA than your last rate, and it's actually very easy. And if you play on the PC, to last rate while still hammering. So just have that in mind that on the PC you're gonna have a bit more advantage to play this build. So now let's deep dive into the instance. Here we are using Spartusk, as I explained, stuns, dispels, and overall it is a great skill, especially because you're gonna find a lot of barbarians and a lot of tempests in these things, and it pretty much just against any class, the stun and hammer combo, it is super powerful. And we have Remittent Rage. This chest, it is responsible for you to do a lot of freaking damage together with the Stonefall, which one increases 79%, the other increases 90%, and together is pretty much almost a 90% increased damage on your HotA. This is like the massive combo. And I just realized I have 5 pieces of metal. I know that someone in the comments was like with OCD because I have 5 pieces, but let's be honest, curse set properties are dog shit in the sense that, man, every time you switch gear, you have to go to the blacksmith, change your curse, and sometimes I just forget. Just make it as reforged sets. It is bound to your item slot, not bound to the item in specific. Like, let's move on from that. So then we have here Hell's Legacy. These shoulders are very important because, as I told you, you're going to be running a lot around the map. You're going to be chased or chase enemies, and this fire will not only add burning to your targets and apply more harmful effects on the target to increase the damage output of your HotA with the Remittent Rage, but in general it is just awesome because you're gonna keep running and people are chasing you, you're gonna do a lot of damage. Also, I'm using the 4 pieces grace, so every time I apply these dots that I have plus the burning, it's just overall like really good synergy between all these set items and gems. Then we have Snowdrifter. This is responsible for having this cold chill aura around you, so every time you go near the target, you're gonna slow them down. You're gonna put chill effects, which is also gonna help you again to stack those harmful effects for more auto damage, and you know, just clap them as soon as you get to them. Then we have Stonefall, as I said, 20% more damage on your auto. And last but not least, of course, we have the Flickertonne, the one that is responsible for you to just like go around and smack everyone and just have a lot of fun and do a lot of damage. So I mean, if you don't have these answers, oh my god, that's rough, man. You gotta go. Like, if you're gonna play Barb, make sure like you have the combat rating to be at Inferno 2. One quick tip that I can give, because I see in my comments, oh my god, I don't have Flickertonne, I don't have Flickertonne. So one quick tip I can give is like, it's just to save a lot of like mystery legendary items. So as you see, like I have a bunch of them. I'm a hoarder, okay? Like as you can see, I hoard a lot of, you know, items, and these I only use if I change class to get like the legendary essence like way quicker. Also, another quick tip for you guys, that you can go to the gambler, and if you have a lot of gold like myself, and you are a barb and you still don't have like the Flickertonne, just go and literally waste all your money on the gambler. Just go here in the corner, you have AWAKEN, so go here and literally just spam these, just spam, just buy, as you saw, like just spam these, because gold is pretty much useless. So I just got like two legendaries, and what I'm gonna spend like 1 million gold maybe, and well, from 25 weapons I got 2 legendary Essenes. So if you're lucky, you can get it. And one of the most reliable ways, I know that these could be way improved, but you guys, if you have your loyalty bonus, you can just go here and imagine like you're playing a wizard and you're just like, oh my god, Indez is so powerful and so strong, I want to become a barbarian, but I don't have Flickertonne. No worries, you literally can go and here is gonna be your current class. So let's make like a wizard, and you can change, you know, like you can change and select barb and then go to weapons, to offense actually, and it's gonna be here the Flickertonne, the same way as if I go to wizard and to the offense, there's like this offense that I could just go switch, and if I had 400 loyalty bonus, I could claim. It is a very useful feature, especially for people that struggle with answers. And then there is many other ways that you guys can have answers. You have Shardstorm, you have Bestiary. I actually, you know what, if you want to go, like there is this video that I made, the ultimate combat rating guide, and inside that video there is all the ways that you guys can get legendaries in this game in the most efficient way. So if you want to go watch that, it is really good. So since Sparta's got like slightly nerfed on the cooldown, let's speak about AWAKEN slots. If you're free to play or low spender, you are 100% almost required to take these, because AWAKEN slots are so important. I know like they is gonna cost like 10,000 plat if you go like here to the blacksmith, but it is gonna be the best return of investment that you guys will ever buy, because it's just that good. So here you can see you can buy with 1,000 orbs, or you can literally just go here and buy these Undying Echoes. To awaken a slot, you'll be requiring 1 rank 5 gem. Doesn't matter the stars, 1 star, 2 stars, 5 stars, whatever it is. It is way easier to go like with a 1 star, of course. And then you just come here and you're gonna activate it. You know, like as soon as you reach with your gem to rank 5, come here, spend the Undying Echo, upgrade it, and you won't regret one single bit, because these cooldown reductions on, like for example here on the demoralized 10%, it is not strifed in PvP. What does it mean? It's not nerfed by 66%, which most stats are. So 10% cooldown reduction is very substantial, and as skills like Demoralize or Spartax keep getting nerfed in the cooldown, the higher the value now this AWAKEN has compared to everything else. So for this build, you want to awaken all your slots possible, because here is going to increase your hammer by 10% damage. Here on the pants and the shoulders is going to decrease your cooldown from sprint by 20%, these two both together. And then here again, Flickertonne adding 10% more damage. So you see the AWAKEN itself is adding 20% more damage up to the already 90% damage increase from the Essenes. So once you start understanding how these multipliers they work, then you realize that now it kind of starts making sense how can BARB start one-shotting. And that's like the first thing I saw when I made like this first video about the HotA build, and I read the patch notes and I realized, man, this is gonna be like such a banger, because like there's so many damage multipliers that you know, that I didn't even thought about this one. I literally just found out like this chest while I was scrolling through this chest for Hammer, but it is really powerful. That's what I want to say. So Awaken slots, go for it. I think this is the first time I cover in more depth this topic, and it is really important. Another topic that I'm also gonna go a bit more deep, it is the Terror Rift magic attributes that you get from the gear there. You have for this build definitely a few substats that will help you a lot. We have Hammer of the Ancients, is gonna deal 40% increased critical damage against stunned enemies. And if you remember, we are using Spartusk. You're gonna go to the target, you're gonna stun, and you're gonna bang them while they are stunned. And I only have actually 1 out of 4. But if I have 4 out of 4, oh my god, the damage I will be doing even more. But it is not easy to get like the perfect stats, so don't worry about it. Undying Rage is also a very good solution because it will just decrease the duration of the dots, so you don't end up in the moment that you run away from the fight. You have your Undying Rage, and after your Undying Rage ends, you still have dots on you, so it's gonna proc or the Savior or the Glad, or you're just gonna die. I really like this one. It is a sneaky one, but it actually makes your survivability way better. And the other one that is also very, very useful for this build, it is of course the sprint. If you guys have this 4 out of 4 sprint, it is almost like having Heartless Terror. Not really, but close to it, because you're gonna be pretty much immune to like, I think it's like 33% to knockback, chill, and slow effects, which is freaking insane as a barbarian. So have these 3 magical attributes in mind if you're playing the HotA build. When it comes to the green sets, if this is your first video watching me, well, I'm a big fan of the 4 pieces Grace and the 4 pieces Vithus. I know, like for example, Crane said that 6 pieces Banquets and 2 pieces Vithus is also really good. Personally, here, to be honest, maybe that will be a good option, but I don't have the 6-piece Banquets. Maybe I'll farm for like Inferno 3. But right now, this still works really well because I like to use dots as a way to disrupt, because that's what the main reason why you're using the Grace. Not only adds a lot of extra damage, but mainly whenever people are trying to bandage themselves and they still have dots on them, the bandage will stop. And it is one of the most annoying things that can happen to you as a player. So be aware of this fact. Since we're speaking about dots and legendaries, gems, this is the setup that I'm running with. Well, I got here Viper's Bite and Pain Clasp. These ones are pretty much married with each other. This adds a poison, and each time you hit the enemy, so it's gonna trigger your Pain Clasp to do a damage in boost on your character for 13%. This percentage they keep increasing as long as you keep increasing the ranks of your gems. Then, of course, we have here Bloodsoaked Jade, mainly for the movement speed, the 10%. I think like movement speed as a barbarian, it is so essential to have. Then we have Everlasting Tournament. Every time you're gonna crit a target, you're gonna add an extra dot. Then we have Mother's Lament. It's gonna help with the crit. To be honest, you can go with this, but personally, the way I like to do an auxiliary gem, and I like to put a Scorn on them, because I feel like the critical strike doesn't really help me a lot, but having the Scorn, it really helps me because it's gonna blast, create an explosion. And if there is like a lot of targets with me, what will happen is that it will spread my dots and I'll just do more damage. I'll stack my aura even faster, and overall it's just a good time because you're going to do a lot of damage. And finally, and last but not least, we have Fergan's Fang. Remember, we do, when we attack at least one time the target, you're going to see all these numbers popping, because it's like all the dots that you have that you're applying all of a sudden, and pretty much it will stack instantly the Fergan's Fang, creating an extra damage to the target. So I really like Fergan's Fang, adds a lot of damage, and overall I think is one of the best PvP gems that you can get from the battle pass. So now let's move on to the runes. It's very simple. The better the color, the better it will be the rune, right? There is here only one thing that I want to mention. It is when it comes especially to the main hand. You guys can go with truth choices. You can go with your primary attacks, apply this debuff, or if you are below 20% passive movement speed, so for example I'm with the 16, you can always have, and you should also always have with you, it's gonna increase the movement speed by 3%. So now if I replace it, I'm gonna go and have 19%, and if I put my sprint on and now I'm gonna get my stats, I'm gonna have a nice 69 movement speed, and we all know when you run at 69, boys. So now let's move on to the Paragon. Again, very easy, very straightforward. I like to go with this composition. We have the cheat dead, we have the CC immunity, we have these ones, that these two buffs that whenever you kill the target, it actually triples the buff, so makes you do more damage, makes you receive less damage. And this one is always useful, especially in Battle Royale, because you want to be playing as a party. And also I'm gonna give like a few tips when I'm showing like my gameplay, that if you are together as a party, you will receive less damage, which is gonna make you more tanky. And I feel like a lot of people definitely underestimate the power of like these damage reductions. Then we have here legendary skills that, you know what, they are pretty much all useless. So the only one that I actually would go with is lightning rod. If you like to play in a very defensive way, you can go with a benefactor. Maybe you're playing with a pre-made or something like that. Maybe you can go with this, but overall, let's just go with the lightning rod. It works everywhere. So I also want to mention here something that I don't think people are taking enough advantage of. I want to speak a bit about like the substats, especially when it comes to your green sets. Here you have damage taken from players reduced by 2%. Then you have here damage taken by players reduced by 1.5%. Then we have here 2 more percent, and these substats, they are not nerfed when it comes to the PvP. So just on these pieces, I got what? Let's literally just count. We have 1.5, we have 2, like 3.5, then we have 5.5 with these, and then we have 7%. So I pretty much like got 7%. Let me see if I have anything else. Oh, again, 7% plus what, 8.5%, and plus, oh my god, I got 10.5% damage reduced. That's crazy. Actually, there are 2 stats, because one is damage taken from players reduced by, and the other one is just like flat damage taken reduced. So I'm not sure if the flat damage reduced damage it is strifed, but I am 100% sure that the damage taken from players isn't. So that's why I keep saying, for you guys, when it comes to the Reforge, to be very optimal in the way you guys go about it. So here in the Reforge, try to go, I'm still working on them, right? But try to go in every slot for this one. Damage taken from players reduced by 1%. And on the other side, you want to go with the damage to players increased by 1.5%. So these stats, they are not nerfed. Let me see if I find the image where I have what is supposed to be the ideal Reforge. So I got here what I think it is the best Reforge set. That's the one I'm looking forward. It is damage to shield enemies increased by 6%. I saw a comment, like it was really funny. Bro, like go against Tempest with 4 out of 4, and then let's talk about one shot. Yeah, so pretty much I understand that you maybe don't understand the game fully, but Tempest is actually very weak against HotA BARB. It is probably HotA BARB is the only class that can actually do like insane damage besides the Demon Hunter, of course. And one of the reasons is that if you go with the 8 pieces Reforge sets with 6% damage increase to shielded enemies, you're gonna have an increase of 48% more damage. So that's a lot of damage. Then also, because we are using chill or using the chains and all these things, you can increase the damage to enemies suffering loss of control. Loss of control is whenever you're chilled, feared, you know, like slow in general, while they are in this state. 5% more damage times 8. and you're gonna have 40% more damage. So you want to start understanding how this starts incrementing, and it becomes like really, really powerful. Then we have 1.5% damage increase to players. And please, I know that like these are like, looks like, oh, it's just like 1% here, but always have in mind that these are like very small values that just keep stacking up on top of everything. Multipliers are crazy, and if you don't understand multipliers in ARPGs, probably you're gonna struggle with damage or with the survivability, because it is definitely so important. Then we have for the last two, the Jolt set, duration to beneficial effects. Well, we have Wrath of the Berserk, or we have Sprint, or we have Undying, and you have your gem buffs, and these beneficial effects is always a must-have in my opinion in any build anywhere in the game. I just love it. I think like the more you prolong your buffs, the stronger you want to be. And then for last, we have damage taken from players reduced by 1%, which is also really powerful. So if you have in all the sets, you pretty much will go to 8%. I actually don't know, and maybe you guys in the comments can confirm me if it also can go to 1.5% damage reduced, because I think it may will. And if it does, it is even more crazy, like 30% more. It is even more crazy, right? So the family that you're gonna have, it is of course the Vengeance family, which if you don't know what it does, so whenever you have these three, your primary attacks have 2% chance of increasing all the damage dealt by 100% for 1 second. And you say, just 1 second. No, you're not understanding. When you're going ham on him and these procs, bro, it's such a clap. It is half HP done. It is so worth it. For me, it is became my favorite set family. It is just awesome. So now let's speak about familiars. Well, familiars are very simple. You open your familiar here, and then all you need to have is Savior. Savior is like a cheat dead. It works the same as Undying Rage. It's gonna save your ass a lot of time, and the higher the resilience you have, so if I had like for example 200 resilience, it will keep decreasing the cooldown of my Savior to a maximum of 60 seconds. That's why like these pets, when it comes to PvP, having a 200 resilience Savior pet, it is so damn good. Unfortunately, I'm a broke boy. I only got like this fat dinosaur, right? But it does the job, you know. Like if you don't have one, just get like the cheapest one on the auction house and you're gonna do Gucci. Then we have of course the curse sets items. For me in this case, I will just go like with 6-piece nettles. It is gonna be fine. But if you don't want 6-piece nettle, you can go with 4-piece nettle and 2 pieces lashed. But to be honest, I will not worry too much about this for this mode. It's just like a minor increase. Then we have of course here Reliquary. You guys should just only go with willpower and fortitude for the ones that are at the end game. If you're still leveling up, please just go with the highest combat rating possible. Don't focus on this now. Wait for the end game. Go with willpower and fortitude to boost your secondary stats. The secondary stats are super important for you to be powerful. They are literally way more important than Rezo. So if you see, I have put in more focus on here. I don't buy on the action elves normal gems. I usually just farm. I'm actually going to deliver a guide. How can you boost mid-max your secondaries gains in here on the game? But just have in mind, secondaries is better than resonance. Since we are also speaking about secondaries, one of the ways that you guys can go and optimize your Horadim to do even more damage with the auto build is literally just go here to the Sanctum. Just go here to the statue. I know that this is a hidden place. A lot of people, maybe if they are starting the game, they still miss that. You know how I know? Because I didn't do this shit for like 1 or 2 months playing the game. And I didn't even know that I had to do like weekly, daily, right? So it is what it is. But now, all you want to focus, in my opinion, it is yellow, red, and purple stone. You're gonna see here 600 plus armor and armor penetration. That's how I'm able to go like so high when it comes to the armor penetration, even though, you know, I'm free to play and playing only for 6 months. That's the way I got it. Like, and now some people are saying, oh, show me your gems, like blah. I mean, like, you see, like I still like got some rank 5. I got like rank 7 ruby because it's the only one I'm using, right? I got like here rank 6. Most of them are rank 6 now, which is like really, really good for me. I'm using also potency on my rings, and people were saying, oh, you should be using the blue. Blah, blah. I know I should be using the blue, but in reality, I just realized that, you know, if I don't go with the yellow socket, I was just putting all my eggs in all the armor penetration basket, and it can be good, and it probably will be good, really good. But I'm also using dots. So don't forget that my build is dot build, is not burst build. If I was burst build, 100% only blue sockets. But because I'm using dots, I still need like to boost a bit my potency. So whenever I'm facing people around my resonance, I can still have the duration of the dots be applied to maybe all the full duration. And then we have here the Warband. You already know it. If you are not in one, just join one. Go here to the room management, and you want always to have protector. If your warband doesn't have these remnants, it is a dog shit warband, and you should go to the purge and farm these remnants until you get these. Okay, there is no reason to in your warband to not have these, so just go get these. It literally, the rest, it doesn't matter. Okay, just go with this. Okay, but get this protector. Shepherds is gonna make you big, is gonna make you run faster, and overall is really, really good. So let's go into the gameplay part, when I'm gonna share all the tips and tricks that you guys can do to pretty much solo carry the shit out of this game. So in this, I feel like it is my first game that I did, and pretty much, I'm not gonna spoil what happens, but it's gonna be a very hard match. I had a lot of difficulty to play this, but it is actually the games that I like to share with, because it's the ones that you struggle and then you overcome struggle are the most important ones. So have in mind, like, the first thing you want to do here, it is to always go and you know, get these chests over the map. Then you want to go for these shrines. You also can claim. Remember that the protector and the frenzy shrine are the best ones, because they will give you such a massive shield, especially the protector one. It is so broken, and the phrasing pretty much just gives you 100% damage, which is very, very good when it comes to do a lot of damage. I was here just fighting like this guy right at the start. As you see, the sprint, it is really useful, and then the Spartus also, when it comes to, you know, just go and stun him, do the hammer, boom boom, and I think I might kill him now. Wizards are like just so annoying, man. Sometimes this guy was a bit annoying. And in the beginning of the game, if you never played any battle royale, for example like Fortnite, PUBG, and all these games, you always start like super weak, and you know, that's just how it is. So you want to kill the mobs, you want to just keep trying to find the loot, and then it just got res. So you see here, I'm literally alone. There is like a blood knight, so it's like, okay, 3v1 is not good for me, let me run. And well, it just goes there. I don't know what he was doing, he just ran into me. Then we have this blood knight, and I'm starting to pop off, because if you remember, I killed this wizard, right? And by killing this wizard, I got to be able to have access to the loot. And once you have the loot, you have access to the gems that they have, and you have access to all the gear. So you see here, loot them all. Now I got a bunch of gems. And the good thing that you actually can do is, if you go inside your bags, you can actually change the gear that you have. You can even drop gear for your teammates, and you can also tweak the gems that you are using, because I'm free to play, so my gems are not as strong. They are just like 1 star and 2 stars, most of them, at a very low rank. It's only like rank 5, most of them. And here, this is like actually super good, because if I find someone that it is way stronger than me, and he has like a lot of them have all 5-star gems, then I can go and I replace all my 1 to 2 star gems through the 5, and I literally just become a god, man. So in this mode, it is, in my opinion, one of the most fun ones. Just be aware that try to play as a team. My team was not playing as a team, as you guys can see here. 2 of them, they just die, but well, pretty much I'm just gonna I'm starting to get nasty. I'm starting to become strong, and you know, like, boom, another one. I don't know how many kills I'm gonna get on this one, but I think so far we are doing pretty good, right? So at some point, here's how it works. Once you have enough gear and gems and all these things, you literally just go and you start hunting people down, because that's the main advantage. In the beginning, if you get like really good loot and if you kill someone, now we're like so strong because your levels ahead. And then well, we have here a fight, like we're at 3 versus 1. I think I'm gonna have to run, man. If I don't run, I'm gonna be dead. Right now, as you see, my party, it is gone. I'm literally 1v4 right here. I killed one of them. Then you always want to go run a bit, go for these heals. Bandage are your best friend. There's a lot of mobs here, so I think he's gonna have to run. I'm gonna try to heal myself again. He's gonna try to engage on me, Shade. But you know, people are saying that you know, Tempest is OP, man. You never faced the rat of Indez, man. Look at this was actually a very good duel here. But you know, always be patient. Always play with the cooldown of your. Here he was trying to go for the invisibility shrine, but since he has dots, I think he came out from it. I killed Shade. Now I got the Undying Rage again. So play around the Undying, and the Spartus is so important. This guy is getting the edge of me, but I thought I was going to go for a heal. No, he's getting low. He's lower than me. So I'm going to chase him. And then what I think, I'm saving my Spartus. Remember, I'm saving my Spartus, and then I use Spartus, but I think he was off range, most likely, or sometimes the legs happens, and these things are just part of the game. So you just gotta keep running. I try to camp Shade because it was a very strong Tempest, so just be careful. Now they are both trying to raise them, but I'm here, I'm camping, so I literally just kill them both. And I keep running. And I don't know how many are we. Oh, literally, I just won. Okay, so you saw, I literally just won the game pretty much by myself, right? So, you know, this is just an example of how can you literally hard carry your team. I did this a bunch of times. There is many matches here that I could show. I just wanted to show here something that I didn't show on the last one because I didn't need it. But you saw, I killed someone, I got the gems, and now I'm replacing my own gems with these gems. Look, this guy was stacked. Like, look at that. Rank 6 rolling, rank 8 Starfire. Now I'm pretty much invisible. Oh, there's Skymax here. I'm gonna clap him, like boom, 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 clap his ass. Okay, he's done. And well, once you get to this stage, more into the game, and you happen to kill one of these whales, because understand something, yeah, the gems, they will help you, but you know, you can still overcome that with the, you know, skill and just knowing how to play, and it is what it is. It's not like a massive difference that exists, for example, in game modes like the Battlegrounds, right? This one is way more balanced, and you can still do well. Pretty much, I'm just trying to find people to kill. I'm going inside the bushes. I try to be like near my team. I think like that's quite important. But after a while, you just want to run them down. Just run them down. Like XP that you get from kills, it is so massive. But if you are in a position that you're trying to dodge it, yo, just go and start killing the blue and the golden packs. They also give a lots and lots. And you see, look at the damage, 129 crit over there. It is actually insane. Then we have here like just killing some random mobs. I think is there someone here? Oh, there is someone here, like Susano. I think like this guy is also very thick. As you see here, he got the protection shrine, so literally I have to run, and I think I actually may die. Let me see, I'm trying to kite him. Am I able to run? Sprint is super powerful here on this mod. I see like my teammate die there. I think I actually might be able. I go into the bush, I try to recover, he comes to me, I stun him, I'm smacking him, and I notice now that I got my Undying Rage, so I'm not afraid any longer. But still, well, the duration of the Undying Rage is not that big, but I know that I still had also Gladiator, so I'm playing a bit, you know, more aggressively. And you see, this is one of the powerful things that you guys can do with the HotA. If you notice, I was inside the house, and the range, it is so massive. Now look, I just like double kill them like right there. It's so massive that you can be outside or inside a house, and you can actually still do damage. It is that powerful. So pretty much at this stage of the game, I'm so strong, man. You know, like I got all the gems. I'm literally just chilling. But am I gonna die here? Probably I'm gonna die. Yeah, I'm gonna die here. But you know, it was a really good fight. Sometimes, like, you know, this also happens. So I want to show you like a clip of my last match. You know, I'm not gonna win this one because, as I said, I was like literally throwing the game to raise them. But this moment right here, oh my god, you're gonna see how insane HotA can get. I'm like 1 versus what, 4 or 5, and look at this. Look at the damage. Oh my god, 249. Man, it is crazy. It is crazy. I literally just killed them all. It was so crazy, man. So I don't think I'm gonna end up winning this one because by the end I was literally just wanting to go and finish to do this freaking annoying ass mission quest. And please remove this from the game, and especially keep it, but don't put like 6 normal gems. Otherwise, I'm literally obliged to go and do it. That's just how it is. So this one, and getting the 30 kills. Where is it? Where are the 30 kills? 2 are the only 2 missions that are pretty much mandatory in this, and that's the only reason why you should do it. Besides that, if there was not the case, you pretty much could skip the whole event. But it is still a very fun time. I think, you know, I had like 1 hour and something minutes with a lot of fun. I did a lot of matches. I think I did like, what, 70 matches. I won most of them. So if you guys enjoyed this video, and you know what it is, it's time for the secret call, boys. Please put the timestamp down below, so I want to know who is the true legends of this channel, the ones that actually carry the channel to new limits and want to become the best player that they can be by following your boy Indez. And as always, if this video brought you any value, we are only 31,300 subs away from going and overcoming Diablo Immortal official channel and subscriber. So if you want to be part of this community and you want to beat up the Diablo channel, let's go, let's do this. Subscribe, it'll mean a lot to me. And well, this is it for today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you go have fun in Wild Brawl. Remember, barbs can solo everything, so it feels good to be a barb in these days. Cheers, everyone. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace!